Hey, what's guys? Go back to my channel. It's Kami, and yeah, so review on Transformers 1. Now, I know I'm a little bit late on this review because I kind of did watch it late. I didn't get to watch it the first week when it was coming out, and also I'm probably gonna take weeks to edit this video. So this video might not come out until Transformers 1 is out on DVD, probably. So yeah, originally I was not excited for this movie, all right? Like, I wasn't even hyped for it. Like, I know it exists. I saw the trailers, and I thought, yeah, this is not for me. It wasn't until I saw reviews and word of mouth saying that this might be the best Transformer media ever. So I was like, oh, really? Now, in the beginning, you know, the first few reviews, when I heard people say this is the best Transformers, I was like, all right, relax. I know the Transformers movies we've been getting have been pretty bad, all right? So you saying this is the best one in the franchise, it's like, all right, like, that's not a real high ceiling. But then more and more reviews have been coming out and saying the same thing. So I was like, all right, fine. This probably is the best Transformers. All right, I'll watch it then. Now, to keep it short, yeah, this is the best Transformers movie ever. Now, like I said earlier, not a very high ceiling to beat if we're comparing to the other movies. So with no comparison, this is still a pretty good movie. So another thing that people kept repeating, just right after saying this is the best Transformers movie ever, is that the advertisement undersold the movie. Like, it advertises as, oh, this is a kid's film. You know, like I said earlier, you know, I saw the trailer, I was like, all right, this is for kids, not for me. Looks pretty corny or cheesy, you know? This movie had some pretty mature themes. This movie was about slavery, anti-authoritarian, imperialism, and hierarchy. It's like, what the fuck? It was a movie about questioning the authority, questioning your leader, your government, or, dare I say, your church. Now, I won't talk too much about the story because it's a twist, and also don't really want to spoil it. I'll talk about that in the later half. All right, so let's talk about the one thing I really didn't like about this movie, and that is the dialogue. So the dialogue was just annoying me, you know? Like, there's just, sometimes they just say what they want to do and say what they feel. You know, like how in movies, like, maybe some characters, they just say, oh, I'm so mad, instead of like... And also, sometimes the words, the vocabulary they choose is very simple. And I know, some of you guys are probably thinking, like, this motherfucker's nitpicky as shit. It's like, bro, I notice these things, all right? And these are the parts where I think, all right, this is a kid's film. I understand why they have to choose simple vocabulary. It's because so they can understand. And, you know, like, oh, maybe some of them just don't understand how emotion works, so they have to describe how they feel. I know. But it's like, it just annoys me. Annoys me, all right, specifically. Probably maybe some of you guys, I don't know. But, yeah. Those are my big complaints about the movie. Now, I know I said I'm going to spoil some stuffs in the later half, but, I'm going to talk about characters, but I'm probably going to end up spoiling, so when I put spoilers, yeah, just leave. I like how with this movie, you know, they told you Optimus's and Megatron's real names, so people just say their real names. I find it really funny, you know, because the movie really did a good job, you know, giving an origin story, and we do feel way closer to these characters than ever before now. Now, you know, since we feel close to these characters, now I'm gonna call you by your real name. I'm gonna call you by your government name, you know. People who don't know you, oh, they call you Optimus or Megatron, but nah, I know you, all right? Now, overall, I thought everybody did a great job. The only complaint I got for the voices in this movie is the way a Transformer sound. For years, I've watched, you know, the 80s reruns and the 2000 shows. You know, the way they sound, they don't sound like Earthlings in modern era, you know? But I understand if they don't want to do that, they want to change up, you know, the style they talk. All right, fine. Another complaint I had was, you know, aren't these guys made out of metal? So, shouldn't they have, like, a more metallic and echoey sound to them? You know, like, they don't have human lungs. So why do they sound like me? Now, I know, for some people, I'm being very nitpicky, but it's like, you know, I had the same feeling with, you know, the Avengers 2 with, you know, when Ultron, you know, in the trailers, he sounded like a robot. You know, he had, like, a metallic and echo sound. It's like, oh, that's cool. But in the movie, he didn't have none of that. He sounded like a regular human. It's like, wait, what? The trailers, why would they lie to me? So Chris Hemsworth as Orion. I thought he did a pretty good job, but like, man, it's gonna be difficult to not compare him to Peter Cullen, all right? Like the OG, all right? Of course, at least for me, he's not gonna be as good as him, but I do see what he was trying to do. Now, in the beginning, yeah, he wasn't trying to sound like Optimus Prime, you know? But as the movie progresses, you see how he will eventually become the Optimus Prime we all know. As the movie progresses, you start to notice that he is trying to sound more like Peter Cullen, you know, the way he talks with his mannerisms, or, you know, the way he always gives a big speech to his followers, and, you know, the pauses he does. You know, like he starts to sound like him. And the same with D16 Megatron. Brian Tyree Henry. And I thought he did a pretty good job. His character development to becoming Megatron was amazing. I loved it. I loved his transformation. You know, like he was a simple follower. Oh, he didn't think much out of the box. It's like, oh, I will do anything for my leader. And then when he found out that everything was a lie and his leader was a false prophet, that turned him. And personally for me, oh man, like Megatron had the best line deliveries. There's a lot of like I'm reminiscing all the scenes, and it's everything is Megatron. Everything is like him saying something, and it was delivered so fucking beautifully. I'll talk about that later, but yeah. Keegan Michael Key, goddamn man, as Bumblebee. I didn't like him. All right, like, listen, the Bumblebee that I knew, or at least how I interpret, is, all right, so he's not the straight lace as Optimus Prime, so I could see him being the comedy relief, you know, like, oh, he doesn't take shit seriously, but I don't see him as the annoying, talkative person. I kind of see him as, like, you know, the youngest guy in the group that is trying to, you know, prove the group that he is as capable as the rest. So that's why I'm not a big fan of this Bumblebee. Now, he is pretty funny. There are scenes where, you know, the jokes he makes, it's pretty good, but like sometimes it's just like I just wish the tone of the movie takes it more seriously, you know? And there are times where I'm just like, just shut up. Like you're not funny, all right? Stop. So Scarlett Johansson as Alita, I thought she did a pretty good job. She was basically the straight woman that is supposed to be a counterbalance to all these characters. So yeah, she did a good job, I guess. She was basic, but yeah, pretty good job. John Hamm as Sentinel Prime. He was so fucking good. He's so good. You know, he was basically Homelander. In the beginning, he was very humble, but for some people that can't see through all this humbleness and like he was just being sly and shit, it's like, nah, you're faking this shit. I can not only hear it, I can smell it. And when he reveals that, all right, fine, you guys know that I'm evil, all right, I'm gonna be evil. And he had so much good scenes, you know, being like the slithering villain, you know, he's just talking, you know, shit to everybody. Such a great performance. So, Steve Buscemi as Starscream. I was very disappointed. All right, I really wanted to see more scenes. It's like, oh, they got Steve Buscemi, and he only got like 3 minutes of like screen time. Man, do not expect a lot of scenes with him. All right, like I was really disappointed. I really wanted to hear more of him. We only get a glimpse. Hopefully there will be a next movie. We'll get to see more of that. So yeah, that was a quick review on the characters. Overall, I thought everybody did a pretty good job. Even though maybe I didn't like one of the characters, still, pretty good job. Alright, so let's talk about the story. Now, I understand why the trailer couldn't show too much of it, but I still thought they did a pretty bad job, you know? They could have showed some, but I understand, you know, maybe if they put too much, you know, people can just figure it out. I mean, shit, the first scene we get with Sentinel Prime, I could already tell, like, nah, he's the villain, all right? Nah, we shouldn't trust him. So the twist was that Sentinel Prime is not a Prime, and he was actually the one that killed all the Primes. Now, before the twist, I was like, oh, this is a great kid's film, I guess, but when that twist happened, the characters Orion and D16 changed, and the tone of the movie changed, and that's when I'm like, okay, here's the real movie. And that's when the story gets deeper. They witness their leader, Sentinel Prime, sell out their resources to an alien group, government. I forgot who they're called. So both of these characters want Senator Prime gone. He wants him to be exposed on the false prophet he is. Now, Megatron, I guess after they expose him, wants to kill Senator Prime. And Optimus is telling him, you shouldn't do that. If you do it, the typical, you'll become as evil as him bullshit. Bro, this guy lied to us. He enslaved us. He took our abilities to transform. And he sold out our people, our resources to an alien government. You telling me you don't want to kill him? Like, yo, this is Robot Hitler, basically. So yeah, I thought Megatron wanting to kill Senator Prime was pretty reasonable. Now, I understand, for story reasons, they wanted Optimus Prime to be the one that has the opposite opinion. Or, to be maybe the passive character that doesn't want violence. But the problem with that was, throughout the movie, he's like, we shouldn't kill Senator Prime. But most of his action scenes are him killing nameless soldiers. So the henchmen's, you can kill them or you can beat them close to death. But the boss, you're coming with me, you're going to jail. Like, wait, what? He's going to jail without a scratch? But me? All my bones are broken? And are either dead? So I wish the writers figured out another reason why Optimus Prime doesn't want to kill Senator Prime. Like, did I miss something for the movie? Like, was there a reason why Optimus didn't want to kill Senator that bad? Like, the guy invented racism in Cybertron. He had a group of people that could transform and another group of people that can't. And they are the ones that are sent to the mines, while the other ones are treated better. Now, I know I'm repeating myself, but like, I would kill him too. So yeah, after the twist, I thought the movie got better and it got deeper. Now, I want to talk about this one scene at the end where it ended up just being a military ad. It was like, I thought the politics was pretty good in this movie. It talked about slavery, questioning the authority, talked about hierarchy, revolution. But at the end, it became a nationalistic commercial, basically, trying to recruit Autobots to, join the Autobots and defend from the Decepticons type of shit. It was, like, weird almost, Like, I don't remember the exact quote, but it's like, this is a message to the Quintessons. I think those were the aliens. If you ever come back to Cybertron, we're waiting. It is like, I don't know. The tone was kind of weird. And especially because this scene was at the ending, because I thought the way they could have ended could have been better. Like, I thought the way they could have ended was, when they say their names, their new names, their prime names, I thought that could have been a great ending. Would have been a cliffhanger, but I thought it would be a better ending. But, like, this was the ending? It's like, I don't know. But yeah, I think that's all I gotta say. I'm taking way too long to make this video, so, I gotta edit and upload this. But, yeah, overall, thought it was a really good movie. Now, there are still some complaints about the movie, but overall, this was really good. Like, especially a movie that I did not expect was going to be this good, all right? Please go watch it. This deserves your viewing. This deserves your money. So yeah, I'm really tied between a 7.5 out of 10 and an 8 out of 10. You know what? Fuck it, 8 out of 10. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Like, comment, subscribe, follow, check us out on Twitter so you keep it updated with my content. And yeah,